Welcome to Practical Philosophy. If you are new here, this is a space where we explore deep psychological insights, timeless wisdom, and practical tools for personal transformation. Our goal is to help you navigate the complexities of life with greater understanding, clarity, and emotional resilience. Why is it so difficult to forget someone who has hurt us? Is it the heart, the mind, or something even deeper that keeps us tethered to the past? Perhaps you have tried moving on, distracting yourself with new experiences, convincing yourself that it no longer matters. Yet somehow, the memories linger like shadows that refuse to fade. But what if the struggle to forget is not meant to be overcome, but instead understood? What if, rather than trying to erase the past, we learn to embrace it in a way that empowers us rather than weakens us? Today, we will embark on a journey beyond the surface, deep into the recesses of our psyche, to uncover why certain relationships leave such a profound impact and how we can harness their lessons to transform our lives. Why do certain people and experiences stay with us? The answer lies beyond what is visible. Carl Jung, one of the most influential minds in psychology, devoted his life to unraveling the mysteries of the unconscious. His work provides us with profound insights into why we cling to certain relationships, why emotional wounds feel impossible to heal, and why the past often holds so much power over us. Jung believed that our unconscious mind plays a crucial role in shaping our emotional attachments. It is not just about memories, it is about what those memories symbolize within us. Some people and experiences become imprinted in our psyche because they connect to deeper patterns, unresolved emotions, or unconscious wounds that have yet to be healed. It is not just about remembering, it is about what those memories represent and the emotions they trigger within us. Memories tied to emotional pain tend to resurface when there are unresolved conflicts within our inner world. Imagine lying in bed, the world around you silent, yet your mind refuses to rest. The echoes of past conversations, the warmth of certain moments, and the sting of unresolved pain resurface as if they happened just yesterday. This is because the subconscious mind does not forget what has not been fully processed. It continues to bring these thoughts forward, hoping they will finally be acknowledged and understood. You may ask yourself, why couldn't things have been different? What could I have done to avoid this pain? Why did I allow someone to have such an impact on me? These questions are not merely self-punishment. They are reflections of the deeper workings of your unconscious mind. When certain emotions remain unresolved, they manifest as persistent thoughts and recurring emotional responses. These are signals from your unconscious, urging you to seek deeper understanding. They point to aspects of yourself that are still waiting to be acknowledged, healed, and integrated into your personal growth journey. Instead of resisting these thoughts, embracing them as messengers can lead to profound self-awareness and emotional liberation. The shadow within us. Jung introduced the concept of the shadow self, the part of our unconscious mind where we store everything we find too painful, too uncomfortable, or too difficult to face directly. This includes unresolved trauma, fears, insecurities, and unmet desires. When we experience deep emotional pain, especially from relationships that leave us feeling abandoned or betrayed, these emotions often become embedded in our shadow rather than being fully processed. However, the shadow does not stay silent. Instead, it manifests in our lives through recurring patterns, memories that won't fade, intrusive thoughts, and even cycles of relationships that repeat past wounds. This is why some people find themselves drawn to similar toxic dynamics over and over again. It is not coincidence it is the unconscious seeking resolution, drawing us back into familiar pain, so that we may finally learn and heal. Our shadow is not something to be feared, it is something to be understood. Beneath the surface of every unresolved emotion lies a profound truth about who we are and what we need to heal. The more we suppress, the more these hidden aspects of ourselves demand attention. They show up in our habits, our fears, and in the people we attract into our lives. This is why some wounds feel impossible to move past, because they are not just about the external event, but about the part of us that was activated by it. Bringing awareness to the shadow requires courage. It demands that we look at ourselves with honesty, not judgment. Ask yourself, what emotions do I avoid facing? What fears do I bury beneath distraction? What insecurities do I project onto others? The answers to these questions hold the key to breaking free from the cycles that keep us trapped. But here's the empowering truth. Once we bring awareness to our shadow, we can reclaim our power over it. Until we make the unconscious conscious, it will continue to direct our lives. And we will call it fate. The moment we choose to face these hidden aspects of ourselves, we break free from their hold. And in doing so, we stop being victims of our past and start becoming the architects of our own transformation. What can a painful relationship reveal about you? Rather than viewing heartbreak solely as something inflicted upon us, we can shift our perspective and ask, what did this relationship teach me about myself? Did it highlight a deep-seated fear of abandonment? Did it expose a pattern of self-sacrifice, where you placed others' needs above your own? Did it reveal an inner wound that has been present long before this relationship began? Perhaps it awakened an insecurity you had long buried, or it resurfaced a past experience you never fully processed. Whatever the case, the pain is not just about the relationship, it is about what the relationship has illuminated within you. Painful relationships act as mirrors, reflecting back to us the aspects of our psyche we have yet to confront. The intensity of our emotions is not always about the other person. It is often about what they have revealed within us. Sometimes, it is a hidden longing for validation, a fear of being unworthy, or an unresolved childhood wound. Other times, it is a need for control, or a reluctance to trust, shaped by past betrayals. These relationships provide valuable insights into our unconscious mind. If we are willing to reflect deeply, we may find that the qualities we resent in another person are often traits we have denied within ourselves. Jung called this projection, when we see in others what we refuse to see in ourselves. For example, if you were drawn to someone emotionally unavailable, it might be because part of you is afraid of deep vulnerability. If you felt constantly unappreciated, it might be because you have not yet learned to appreciate why yourself, without external validation. Healing begins when we stop blaming others for our pain and start investigating the wounds they have uncovered. The past is not something to be erased but understood. Each painful relationship, no matter how difficult, carries a message, a lesson about who we are, what we need, and what we must heal to move forward stronger and wiser. So instead of asking, why did they hurt me? Ask, what did this reveal about me? That shift in perspective is the beginning of real transformation. Breaking free from repetitive cycles. Jung taught us that we are unconsciously drawn to people who reflect our unresolved wounds. If we experienced rejection or emotional neglect in childhood, we may be drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable. If we felt the need to earn love, we may seek relationships where we constantly prove our worth. These patterns are deeply ingrained in our unconscious and often feel like fate, but they are actually unresolved wounds seeking closure. Many people believe they are just unlucky in love, that they always end up with the wrong person. But in reality, the unconscious mind is orchestrating these encounters, pulling us toward the same type of emotional experience, until we finally learn what we need to heal. This is why certain relationships feel eerily familiar. Even if they are with different people, they trigger the same pain, the same disappointments, the same longing, because they are reflections of the same internal wounds. But here's the liberating truth. We do not have to repeat these cycles forever. Healing begins the moment we recognize the patterns. Awareness is the first step to breaking free. By bringing our unconscious motivations into conscious awareness, we can make different choices. We can cultivate relationships based on mutual respect rather than unhealed wounds. Instead of seeking love as a way to fill an inner void, we begin to approach relationships from a place of wholeness and emotional clarity. One of the most powerful ways to break free is to identify the core wound driving your relationship patterns. Ask yourself, do I seek validation through my relationships? Am I afraid of being abandoned, so I cling too tightly? Do I push people away before they can hurt me? Do I lose myself in relationships, prioritizing others over my own needs? When you become aware of these underlying beliefs, you can begin to shift them. Healing requires deep self-reflection and, often, the willingness to sit with uncomfortable emotions, instead of distracting yourself from them. Therapy, journaling, meditation, or even honest conversations with yourself can all help in bringing the unconscious to light. Breaking free from repetitive cycles is not about blaming yourself for past relationships, or feeling ashamed of your patterns. It is about recognizing them with compassion. Every person you've been drawn to has played a role in your journey, revealing parts of yourself that needed healing. Once you acknowledge this, you reclaim your power. You realize that love is not about finding someone to complete you, but about sharing your completeness with another. And in that realization, the cycle finally breaks. Healing is not forgetting, it is transforming. Many believe that time alone heals, but this is only partly true. Time does not erase wounds that have never been processed. Healing requires conscious effort. It is a process of self-reflection, acceptance, and transformation. If you are struggling to let go, try this. 1. Acknowledge your emotions fully, rather than suppressing or ignoring your feelings. Allow yourself to truly experience them. Journaling, meditation, or deep reflection can help uncover the root cause of your pain. 2. Ask yourself what this relationship revealed about you, instead of focusing on what they did to you. Shift your perspective to what you learned about yourself through this experience. 3. Reframe the narrative. You are not a victim of your past. You are the author of your story. Rather than seeing this chapter as one of suffering, see it as a pivotal moment of growth that led you closer to your true self. 4. Cultivate self-worth. The greatest lesson any painful relationship can teach is the importance of self-love. Establish strong boundaries, honor your own needs, and recognize that your worth is not dependent on another person's treatment of you. 5. Engage in transformative practices. Spend time on activities that nurture your soul, whether it's creative expression, time in nature, or connecting with like-minded individuals. Healing is not just about processing pain, it is about rediscovering joy. A new beginning awaits. To forget is not to erase, but to release the emotional burden attached to a painful experience. It is about freeing yourself from the weight of the past, so that it no longer dictates your future. Forgetting, in its truest sense, is not about dismissing what happened. It is about integrating the lessons and moving forward with renewed clarity and purpose. Forgetting, in its truest sense, is not about dismissing what happened. It is about integrating the lessons and moving forward with renewed clarity and purpose. Carl Jung described this process as individuation, the journey toward integrating all aspects of the self, both light and shadow, into wholeness. By embracing all parts of yourself, including the wounds and the wisdom they carry, you cultivate an unshakable sense of inner peace and resilience. True healing comes when we stop resisting our past and instead use it as a foundation for personal evolution. The mind often clings to pain because it seeks resolution. But the resolution is not in changing what happened, it is in changing how we relate to it. When we accept that our past experiences have shaped us but do not define us, we liberate ourselves from their grip. It is in this liberation that we find the strength to rebuild, to grow, and to transform. As Jung wisely stated, "He who looks outside dreams, he who looks inside awakens." This is your moment of awakening. By turning inward, you will find that the answers, the healing, and the strength you seek have been within you all along. The process of moving on is not about denying pain but about understanding it deeply enough to no longer be controlled by it. So, I leave you with this question. What will you choose to do with this experience? Will you remain bound by its pain? Or will you transform it into a foundation for a wiser, stronger, and more authentic you? Because in the end, forgetting is not an end, it is the beginning of something far greater. Join our community of growth and transformation. If this journey has resonated with you, I invite you to be part of our community here, at Practical Philosophy. We explore deep psychological insights, timeless wisdom, and practical tools to help you navigate life with clarity and emotional strength. If you found value in this video, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement helps us reach more people who may need these insights on healing and transformation. And remember, every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. You are not alone on this journey. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the extraordinary power within you. See you in the next video. It is the opening of a new chapter, one in which you are no longer defined by what happened but by how you rise from it.